to Pleasant Valley Primary, and if I could go to one place in the world, it would probably be Australia because I kind of want to see like kangaroos and koalas and ride on a kangaroo if I can, because it would be fun with them all jumpy and stuff.
It is fun. Australia's cool. All right, Augie, your turn.
I'm Augie. I go to Pleasant Valley Middle School. If I were to go to one place, it would either be
again.
I'm
break it up.
Augie. I go to Pleasant Valley Middle School, and if I had to go to one place, it would also probably be Australia because I want to go on one of the kangaroos pouches.
Awesome. Love Australia. Maikai. Mahalo. Yeah. All right, Chloe, your turn.
Did you not? Oh, it said our internet connection thing was unstable.
We heard some of it. It's okay.
Can you hear us?
We heard some of it. It's okay. Can you hear us though? I want to make sure you guys can hear Aunty Louise. Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, Chloe, your turn.
Hi, my name is Chloe. I go to the International School of Beaverton, and if I were to go anywhere, I would go to Puerto Rico.
Yes. Man, we're gonna travel all kind of places. Awesome. All right, Coco, your turn. Let me turn off my mic. Yeah, hold on.
My name is Kofu. I go to Hāloa High School. I would go to either Italy or Greece.
Awesome. All right, Nomi, your turn.
Oh, Naomi. Oh, okay. Iwa o makahiki hele au I ke kula o Ilihi Elementary, and if I were to go anywhere, it'd probably be Japan.
Awesome. Mahalo. Liam, your turn.
Hello, my name is Liam, and I go to Glencoe High School. Well, I'm going to Glencoe High School. And if I could go anywhere, I'd probably go to a different country. I don't know where, but I've never left the United States. Mm-hmm. Well, besides Hawaii, but I'd want to just travel somewhere that's not in the United States.
Very cool. Mahalo, Liam. Kate, coming on to your turn.
My name is Kamalani. I am 10 years old. I go to Mountain View Middle School, and if I could travel one place, it'd be Greece.
Awesome, mahalo. All right, and then we have Kaliko. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Kaliko. I'm going to Beaverton High School, and the place that I'd like to go to is Puerto Rico.
Wow. Exciting. Awesome. All right, mahalo. And then Aunty Louise will introduce herself. So just a reminder, yeah, everybody, yeah, we will be recording this so you can watch back, you can look back to it, but pay attention, listen, and we talked about this last week, right? About respect, especially we have this Aunty Louise, yeah. So make sure you guys have your Hāloa notebooks. Aunty also told you guys to be prepared. Like some of your guys' homework will be for drawing and having all, have paper, crayon, all of that. So be prepared, okay? So we all have our Hāloa books. Yep, and everybody can hear good, thumbs up. Okay, my kai. All right, Auntie Louise, I'm gonna turn it over to you. And if you need me, I'm here. Just holler, okay?
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the make you a host so you can share.
Okay.
Okay. There
All
you
right.
go.
Aloha, everybody. Okay, good. Well, I was taking notes as you were telling me where you want to go. And I'm going to encourage this week that you just take the craziest notes you've ever taken to help you learn something. And so what I did, it might be backwards to all of you, I drew the United States in the middle, and I kind of know the map of the world. I do know the map of the world. So whenever you told me, whenever you mentioned a country, I just kind of, this is the north, south, this is the west and the east. And I just kind of put the country in there, and anybody that wanted to go, how we would travel the world. And so there's actually two directions. A lot of people did not want to go. We didn't want to go north to Canada. One person wanted to go to Alaska, but nobody really wanted to go into the southern part of the world, like South America, Antarctica. I know everyone wants to see penguins, right? If you had a chance, right? So it was real interesting to see your map. And so this is the notes of the class, and I can tell a lot about that. A lot of you want to go a lot of different places. And I would like to go to England too. So all you England people, let's go. Let's go. I'll be happy to go with you. So aloha. Well, you got to introduce yourself. And so I would like to introduce myself a little bit, and we'll do it with some pictures. All right. Can everyone see that? Thumbs up? All right, okay. All right, so here is, just a minute, let me do a couple things here. Here is a picture of my life so far. In the middle, you can see, of course, that's me, and that's Mr. Wilmes. You can call him Uncle Steve. And of course, he's my Uber driver, and he's my husband. Over here, you can see this is my daughter, Puanani. And Puanani, that's on Mother's Day when she was delivering some flowers, and we had to give each other, you know, the pandemic hug. You know, we couldn't hug each other. Here is my son, oops, sorry, let me go back. Here is my son, Nainoa, and all my kids are in their 30s, so they're a little bit older. But even though he's in his 30s, he still eats a whole cupcake, and he still shoves a whole cupcake in his mouth, like when he was a teenager. He just shoves the whole thing in. So that's why he says no frosting, so he can just throw the whole thing in his mouth. So he still does that at 30 years old. So anyway, he's just like a kid. Okay, so I am also over here. You can see I also am a tutu. So I'm a wife. I'm a mother. I'm also a tutu, and the two small children there are my mo'opuna, Kahiao, and Kaena. And my daughter, that's my daughter, and the gentleman there is my son-in-law, Kaulana, and my daughter's name is Hinano, and they live in Hawaii, and this is outside of their house after I got done visiting. They live in Kaneohe. Anybody ever been to Kaneohe before in Hawaii? On Oahu. So they live on Oahu, and I get to go over and visit them. I'm also a teacher. I'm a retired teacher, and there was somebody that said they go to Cooper Mountain Elementary, and I taught at Cooper Mountain Elementary, so I know exactly where you went to school. And so I'm as a teacher, elementary teacher for 41 years. It's a long time, but I loved every minute of it. It's the best job ever for me, that I could have a lot of fun. And so here's a picture of me teaching at another Hawaiian camp. And look, we were learning about Maui, which we're gonna actually talk about Maui. And actually I'm gonna talk a lot about this art, how to create an art picture from a story. And this is a picture that talks about Maui. And I love doing teaching too, not only in the summertime, but also during the school year. But I'm retired now, and I don't teach in the school anymore. I just do things like this for kids. And of course, I also like to teach adults, and I do a lot of adult teaching, and I teach teachers how to improve their teaching. And so I get to show them that they can draw. You can see I love drawing, so I'm making them do some drawing about, this one was, how does water get down to the earth? And they were trying to do some drawings to explain how it happened. and see if they understand. How, if they don't understand, then how can their students understand? And then right here, of course, I like to think of myself as an artist, and I like to think of myself more as a fun kind of artist. I just like to have fun. If it doesn't feel like the art's going to be fun, I don't like doing it. So I went to one sketching class once, a drawing class, and it was, the teacher was so wanted everything to be so perfect. I really didn't have a fun time in that class. I finished it because once I start something, I always finish it, but I never went back to another drawing class. I like to buy stuff from the dollar store. Everyone's been to the dollar store, huh? I used to buy a lot of stuff and put it out, and then I like to glue it, hot glue it on something or whatever. And of course, this is a W for my last name is Wilmes, so this is a W that you know, I designed. So I'm kind of like to think I'm a fun artist. So I'm Kanaka Maoli. My family is from Hilo, Hawaii, and also Maui. And I'm also Oto-Missouri, that's the Oto-Missouri tribe of Oklahoma. So I'm Native Hawaiian, and I'm also Native American, and also I have European ancestry. But I am an indigenous person, and I identify more as an indigenous person. So that's my family. Does anybody have any questions before we go on? Any curiosity? Just, I can't see all of you, just unmute yourself and you can just kind of go in. All right, okay. So the name of our week is called Ka Pilina. So Ka Pilina means connection. And Ka Pilina means we're gonna have some connection to the land, Ku'ukulahi'iwi, which is our homeland. Bo'olelo, which is story. We're going to connect to story. Aina, of course, you know, is land. We're going to make some connection and some relationship to land. And mea'ai, my favorite thing. Anybody know what mea'ai means? Just unmute yourself and call it out.
Food.
Food. Woo-hoo. We're going to talk about food. So I think on Thursday, you better have a good lunch because you're going to be drooling all throughout, because we're going to actually talk about food and how that helps us identify who we are and what our families believe in, and with how food makes us. So I wrote down at the bottom there, sketch, doodle, paint, write, one word, think, reflect. So as you have your notebooks, or if you have your, you know, your paper up like this, I like to write a lot on little Post-it notes and kind of hang on to them. So my little area here has those things. I also have my little, I don't ever throw away Spam cans, because you can always look at beautiful gold. You can even paint them if you want to. And they don't fall over and the pens go really well. So I got a lot of Spam cans filled with a pen. So I got my pens out and I'm kind of ready to kind of do my sketching and my thinking. So anybody want to just unmute yourself and out of these words, sketch, doodle, paint, write, one word, think, reflect. Anybody want to talk about one of those words and what you like to do? Just unmute and talk.
Painting.
Painting. Yes. Watercolor or just tempera paint or acrylic paint? Any color. Any color. I'm not a very big watercolor. I like thick paint. I like tempera paint. I like acrylic paint. I like to paint with that. So when you're doing this, if you want to paint, just get your paints out and you can paint and listen. We're going to be looking at videos mostly for you to listen and see images, and you can do any sketches. So this picture right here, of course, is a picture of the beach. And I think all of us have that connection to the water and to the beach. I think this had a filter on it. I don't think the water is really that kind of, looks kind of aqua blue. Could be with the way the light goes on something. Light always changes color. Same color of water, and where the sun's coming from, you can see it goes from a gray, and as the light lessen of the light, it gets darker and darker. In this case, it's the blue there. So some of you might be very moved by this picture, and you might want to really sketch it out, or you might want to write water or whatever you want to do. And that's what I call one word, because as a student and even as an adult, when I take notes, I try to take one word at a time, and I make lists. And that way, instead of trying to write everything, which I can never do, even as an adult, I try to kind of get captured one word so that I can think about it. So some of you might want to use that technique. So I'm going to give about 1 minute if you want to quickly do some sketching or a doodle or a circle or a line or however you want to do it. I'll just be quiet for 1 minute so that you can just get your feelings and your thoughts down. And then I'll ask if anyone wants to hold it up and share it. 1 minute, go.
I have a question, Auntie.
Yeah, sure.
What does it mean by think? Like just like thinking like what to draw or?
Right, you might not be able to write anything because you're thinking. And I want you to even have that opportunity to just kind of think about something and reflect about something rather than always thinking you have to draw and doodle and you have to be busy with your hands. Yeah. A lot of times, sometimes I just like to sit back and just think about something. And then, so I want you to not feel pressured to constantly having to be writing something down throughout the week. The whole week we're going to do all of this. So
yeah, and I had one more thing, but like what's the difference between like sketching and doodling? Like I never got the difference. Or sketching, doodling.
To me, a sketch would be something that would look like this. A doodle is a doodle would be, let's see. Oh yeah, I've been doodling on my notes here. I don't know if you can see them. And I just make circles and numbers and I make X's and I doodle while I'm thinking. So I tend to do doodling also while someone's talking, and then that kind of keeps me focused. So I doodle a lot. I make circles and hearts and lines and arrows, and I draw. I call this kind of a doodle. Yeah. I doodle it and I start drawing things. So that kind of helps me think and help me understand something. So it's and whatever you like to do.
And I can do any of these like on like it doesn't even need to be about the topic, right? It can just be like about anything, or
it could be if you're thinking about dinner, go ahead and write about dinner. I don't care. Just don't show me. No. So just all week long we're going to be you're going to see these words as you just have different ways to understand what we're talking about. And the topic, of course, is Pilina. How are we connecting to everything? So here's our 3 questions. You don't have to write them down because we're going to be talking about them all week. How do we create a respectful relationship with the land, with community, and with our family? How do we create a respectful relationship with the land, with community, and with family? This is the think time. Okay, would someone like to read the second question? Just unmute yourself and read.
How do stories help us develop that respectful relationship?
And would someone like to read the third? Just unmute.
How does food impact or guide our Hawaiian identity?
Food, yes, that should be the first question, right? How does food impact or guide our Hawaiian identity? Let's go back to the first question. Is there any part of the question there that you're not very clear on? How do we create a respectful relationship with the land, community, and with the family? If not, we're going to ask these questions every day. We're going to take a look at videos and they're going to give us the answer. It's quite interesting how many videos out there have all of these concepts in the video. And I hope that you'll get a better answer to how do you create that relationship with the land. And I think a lot of you probably know what creating a respectful, you know what respectful means, right? And relationship means how you're going to act together. So how do you do it with the land? And how do stories, especially we're going to take a look at Native Hawaiian and Native American stories and how that helps develop that respectful relationship. And especially how does food, because from the Aina gives us our food. How does that impact or guide our Hawaiian identity? So these are the 3 questions. So I'm going to give you about a minute to kind of doodle something. Pick a word out of all these questions. Just pick one, write it down, draw a doodle around it, or something, and or you can make a smiley face. You can make a stick figure with it coming out of the head. You can do that. So for 1 minute, I'll be really quiet and let you do that. Okay, that was probably 45 seconds, but go ahead and kind of finish up what you have there. Oops. Okay, kind of sit back because you're going to take a look at this picture. The title of it is Water is Life. And so I knew we were going to do this. So I already wrote it down on my little sticky note. And I put a little circle in the middle. You can probably imagine how I'm going to doodle out my words when I do, as I listen to this video, to put some of my ideas there. So if you even want to start something with the circle in the middle and just kind of start making a doodle note, that's kind of what I would think in mind. So water as life. This picture is from Manoa Valley on Oahu. And anybody want to just talk about what you see and what you notice? Just unmute and talk.
There's a lot of like nature and leaves and trees.
Yeah. Yep. Anybody else?
It kind of feels peaceful and like very like tranquility or something like that. It just feels peaceful.
Tranquil. I love that word. Yeah. Even though we can't hear the water running, can you hear it in your head? Do you know what this sounds like? Even though you can't smell the water, can you smell it in your head? You're being artists. Artists really have senses that they can smell this picture. They can hear this picture. If you were to touch those rocks, do you think you would know exactly how they would probably feel? You can get that feeling just by even looking at a really nice photo. So, raise your hand if you'd like to go to Manoa Valley, Oahu. Yeah, yeah. And it's hot. It's interesting when you go there. It feels kind of real hot and muggy when you're hiking up in there. I haven't done it for a long time. I probably wouldn't go now. I'm too old. I would probably slip and fall. So I would watch you guys go, and then I say meet me down at the bottom of the hill. So I would let you do that. So up Manoa. Okay, so we're going to take a look at a video, and this gentleman and this woman, they're going to speak some Hawaiian. And so you can, if you hear the Hawaiian words, one Hawaiian word that of course is going to be vai vai, and that is going to be one word you're going to hear. The gentleman, they're going to be up in, they're going up in the in a valley. I don't know if it's Manoa Valley. I think maybe it is Manoa Valley, and they're up there. They're cutting ohe. And this gentleman is a flute player, and he is cutting ohe to make some flutes. And you have to see the picture where he plays the most interesting flute. When I saw it, I said, I've never seen anybody play a nose flute like he does. And they talk a lot about water and why is it that water is life. So you can either put down your pencil and just sit back and watch, or if you like to do sketching, you can go ahead and do that. So water is life.
In Hawaiian mythology, the deities can take different forms. They have different kimolo. such as like, we're under the kukui tree. This is the platform of the pig god Kamapua'a. Ohe, or bamboo, is a kinolao, or a manifestation, the plant manifestation of the god Kane. And Kane is the god of fresh water, the god that brings fresh water. Maker and player of the Hawaiian nose flute, and it is called Ohe Hano Ihu. And Ohe is the word for bamboo, Hano is your breath, and Ihu is your nose. So it's a real descriptive name. The air from your mouth has the ability to be tainted because we can say words, and words can be deceptive. But it is the breath from the nose that is the true essence, is the breath of life. Which is also why you'll see people touch noses and share a breath when they greet each other. In Hawaii, in Polynesia, several other indigenous cultures, will greet each other in this sort of way, where they either looks like they're smelling each other, but they don't, they're basically breathing in each other's essence. The Ohe Hano Ihu is also utilized, is made so it can utilize that true breath also.
Hawaiian word for value, or something that is valuable, is vai. So it's water twice. On this beautiful blue planet composed of water, this is one of the places where rainfall is at its greatest magnitude. And yet to think on this island, there are communities that experience drought. It does call to mind like usage and care. And I'm so grateful that we as a species are remembering the importance of it. It really hasn't been that long that we, as a planet, have forgotten to take care of our water. So I hope it's still in a place of remedy to return to good usage and love.
With no water, there'd be no life. We're made of water. We're more water than flesh when we're born, surrounded by water when we're in our mom's womb. We are water.
Check this out. Okay, if you could come back on your video so we can talk about what we just saw, or we can share kind of our notes that we made if you want to go do that. I'll just share mine. You know why I like sticky notes? Because they're small. I don't have to do a big paper. So I like to kind of do. And so you can see that I wrote, I was trying to draw that fern. You know, they showed some pictures of some ferns. So I tried to make a fern drawing, and I tried to get some Hawaiian words. And so when he talked about the nose flute, I decided to draw a line that looked like a nose flute instead. So I kind of just got some things that really resonated with me, that really I kind of liked a lot. And I really like that. So would anybody want to hold up anything they have to do? We'll just take 2 people because we have another video, and then we'll talk about this video. We'll go see another one, but this time it's going to be next one's going to be from a Native American perspective. So so we can kind of see what the difference is. So anybody want to kind of hold them up? Kina, go for it. You want to tell us a little bit about it? Kind of why you doodled some little, you were using, go ahead.
When we were talking about Pilina, I drew the kai because that can connect me to my land in the Philippines, and I said indigenous.
Right.
Because a lot of the land and stuff is like indigenous.
Correct. Original.
Yeah. And nature, because a lot of it was shown in the video.
Correct.
Oma oma o, because that's like nature
Green.
also.
Yes. Green.
And
Green.
why? Because without water, there's no life.
You said it, girl. You're right. All right. Anybody else? Take one more. Anybody got their doodle? Augie, you got something? No? Okay. Nicholas, did you want to just kind of put it up? That's okay. You'll get better at it. By the end of the week, you guys will be drawing everything. Go ahead.
It's not really that good, but like I just at the bottom, I just like sketched out words too, but like at the bottom.
Yeah.
A flower and like
yeah,
a block that goes
absolutely.
And then I tried to make like a river a little bit.
Yes.
Which is like kind of like earth with the river, so.
Right. Right.
Right.
Because you know you were connecting the river to there's a lot of streams and rivers you could see, and also some of your words there too.
Yeah.
I also, some of you like Nicholas was doing, if you have words, you want to connect them with arrows. You know, you go from water is life to vai to valuable. I do a lot of arrow drawing and a lot of that kind of way. So you can kind of do that. All right. Okay. So let's go back and we're going to take a look at this next video here. Oops. I think each time I need to be a host to share. Is that right, Lay?
Yes, Auntie, sorry. Hold on.
Oh, no problem.
I'm with you. Where's Auntie Louise?
Right here.
There you go. Oh.
Just kidding.
There you go, Auntie.
All right, thanks. Stop the